So, what is Asana exactly? Let's take a look at it in action as we explore this question. In a nutshell, Asana is a project management tool for individuals and teams that resides in the cloud, or in other words, online. You don't install any software on your computer, but instead, you'll visit a domain that you end up creating during the sign up process. Now, that said, there is an Asana app for your computer and mobile devices that you can install to give you access to your Asana account while on the go, for example, and we will take a look at that later on in this course. But what can Asana do for you? Well, Asana will keep all your personal and team projects, tasks, conversations in one place, making it so much easier for you to stay organized and on top of your projects that you're involved with. For example, here in the navigation pane with home selected, we get quick access to any tasks that might be coming up soon. You can see these due dates next to them. We can access our projects from here, recent projects we've worked on. We can get a quick access list of all of our tasks using different views like list view, board view, and these can be tasks that reside in any project we might be involved with. There's communication options from our inbox where we receive notifications and we can comment on things, really communicating with team members, which is important to the successful completion of any project. We can also access different teams, create teams that will be working on projects, and clicking a team name gives us access to the list of members and the projects they're working on. You can see in the overview here, we can access messages between teams if there are any, and there is a calendar view to help with scheduling. Projects can be created for teams, multiple projects, and clicking a team name will give us access to things like a list of all of the tasks and their due dates. There's an overview that gives us a feel for the tone of our project, who's involved in the roles, and the status of our project. All of these are accessible from the left-hand side in our navigation pane. And when you need to find something quickly, there's a search field up here at the top. We can search for people, for projects, even things like tasks or tasks that have been tagged a certain way. Maybe I want to get a list of all the confidential tasks that I've marked that way. I can go into the search field and type in confidential, or just start to type it and see down below that there is a tag named confidential, and clicking it will give me access to all of the tasks. Right now, by default, you might be seeing incompleted tasks, but we can go in here to see all of the tasks that are marked that way, including the ones that have already been completed. So that's a very quick overview of what Asana is and what it can do. Remember, it can be used for all types of projects by all sorts of teams, simplifying collaboration for everyone involved. As we continue through the chapters and movies in this course, you'll likely start to think of ways you might be able to use Asana in your own environment. To fully understand how Asana works, we need to also understand the hierarchy of Asana elements that gets created depending on whether you're using it in a corporate setting or as an individual. Our focus in this course is using Asana in a corporate setting, so we'll begin there. When the very first person in an organization signs up for Asana using their company email address, Asana not only creates their account, but also creates an organization based on the company email domain used by the person signing up. So if I go to the Asana website and sign up using drivers@landonhotel.com, my account gets created and an organization also gets created using landonhotel.com. So at the very top of the Asana hierarchy is the organization for the company, in this case, landonhotel.com. Now, when people from Landon Hotel sign up with the same domain, they automatically become part of the Asana organization already created. Next on the hierarchy is teams. So people in the organization who have signed up for Asana can then either join existing teams or create teams of their own. Teams are a subset of the people in the organization who might be working on projects together, and projects are next in the hierarchy. Projects can be anything people work on together. Think of an office relocation, a grand opening, an upcoming conference, a product launch, learning initiatives. The list goes on as far as your imagination will take you. Inside those projects are tasks. The individual tasks in a project need to be completed by team members to complete the project. And they can be assigned to people, updated, reviewed, and eventually marked as complete. Now, for those signing up for Asana on their own, using a personal email address like Gmail or Outlook.com, which is not part of a separate organization, the hierarchy is similar but with one big difference. There are no teams. Instead, a workspace is created for members and guests, and that's where the project and their tasks reside. So that's the Asana hierarchy in a nutshell. This will all become clearer as we begin to work with Asana, building teams, projects, and tasks as we move through the chapters and movies in this course. But the first step is to get your Asana account, and we'll cover that next.